Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's video, if you haven't seen a couple of videos back, I kind of showed this, and it was going to be my next project, leather project that is. And I was actually in the middle of making this and was asked to make that little ammo wallet. So what I made that ammo wallet from was scrap leather from cutting out the pieces to make this new sheath. So that's how that one kind of came about. So I'll kind of add a picture of that in here somewhere. But uh, I was presented to this or presented this project at the Ellaville Knife Show by a subscriber. I've met him now twice at both the first and second Ellaville Knife Show that Knife Doctor throws every year now. And funny enough, both times we've met each other in the parking lot. So he presented me, uh, or presented this project to me and wanted to know if it would be something I could do. And so once I got this home, I realized it was going to be a little bit more of a complex sheath than what I have made so far. So, but if you don't know, this is a Fredbear knife and arrowhead sharpening kit. I don't know if that's the exact name for this, but that's basically what it is. So here we have, this is a Western fixed blade. We'll get in there. That's Boulder, Colorado, USA. And notice this doesn't have the alphabet letter added, after all that, after the tank stamp. So they started that alphabet tank stamp in 77. So 77 would have been A and 78 B, so on. This is pre-77. So now if I remember correctly, I believe he found the knife separate from the sheath. I believe he found the sheath with the file and the stone. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it wasn't a full set when he got this. So that is the knife, Western. No model number or anything like that. This is the broadhead sharpener. You can see it's getting some leather debris on there, and that's labeled Bear. And here we have a Norton sharpening stone. And I guess this could have been used for the broadheads as well as the knife. So kind of a multi-purpose, sharpener here. So this held all these three pieces. Again, if I hadn't said, because I've tried shooting this video a couple times, this is Fredbear. He was a famous archer, and I don't know specifics about him, so I'm sorry. I didn't do a full Google search, but there's his his name there, Bear. So again, I was asked to make this project. As you can see now, like I said, after I got home, did some examining on this and really looked it over. You have a skeleton. The main body of the sheath is a piece that runs all the way through and would normally come up to a belt loop. Then you have this tie code piece that kind of comes around and is stitched on the outside on both sides and down the center, and then here, to give you your pockets for the knife and the file. And then you have this wet molded pouch pocket for the stone. You see how this one has held up. I mean, it's hanging in there, but it's due for retirement. So he did say I could pull this apart, and I felt like if I did, I mean, it's very brittle in places. I felt like if I did pull it apart, it was either going to tear or just fall apart, in areas. So I wanted to make it without, messing this one up any further. That way you still got the factory piece, and if he decides to get rid of it, it's there. Now this is what I've come up with. I did do Google searches for images of what this piece looked like, and basically found a lot of, I guess, quote unquote replica type pieces, or copied pieces. So evidently they didn't last, through the years very well. This is what I've come up with. Now, again, this was more complex than I kind of anticipated it to be. So you have the main body of the sheath, and that runs, completely through. So the complete shape of this sheath, and I believe I used I wanted to use thicker leather, something more durable. I believe this center piece in the belt loop was 8 to 9 ounce, and everything else was 5 to 6 ounce. So we've got the outer taco piece that wraps around. It's stitched on the complete outside, and then down here to form that pocket. And then you have this the stone pocket. Now I did double stitch this here just to give a little more durability when pushing the stone in and out, and I also double stitched here just to kind of secure that a little more. Everything else is just a single stitch, and that was kind of what I was shooting for. I didn't want to stitch this complete. I basically kind of had to do this backwards. So this had to be stitched on to the taco outer layer piece before I could put that taco piece onto the body of the sheath, if that makes any sense. So I had to figure out where these lines were going to run and meet up with the body of the sheath, and punch my holes. Couldn't glue anything because I needed to get to the back side of this to be able to stitch this bottom piece in for the pocket. And I hope y'all are following along. So I had to stitch that in first, then wrap the pocket, or wrap the taco. We're just going to call it the taco, and stitch down the side here and terminate in the corner, and then stitch down this side here and terminate here. Once that was done, I did put a little glue here to keep everything in place afterward, and then made sure everything was pulled tight and sewed it around. I started here in this corner, wrapped it up, and like I said, kind of came up and double stitched and terminated right in this little pocket right here. So I'm real proud of this piece. Like I told him, I kind of laid in bed the night before stitching this, thinking of the process of how this is going to go together, and to where I wouldn't have to pull it apart and start over. So it all worked out. I'm real proud of this one. I love how it turned out. You can see we've got already a little bit of, kind of stress in the leather. Let's see how everything fits. Now there is a process because things are still a little tight, but I have worked in most everything. This does need to go in kind of first, so you can see that's got a good retention. Sorry for the shake of the camera. It's got good retention, but it is easy to pull out. Next up, this is going to slide in, and that's got a little bit of tension to it, so it's not going to fall out, but it is easy to still, remove. So good tension there. And then lastly, we've got the fixed blade. I like how it kind of wraps around kind of holds it in there. And we've got the snap. Buddy, I thank you for asking me to do this. You definitely made me think outside the box on this one, and I think I'm better off for it. So thank you, and I hope you love it. And as soon as the post office is open around here, I'll get it shipped out. That's pretty much it. I think I went over everything. I just kind of wanted to explain, you know, if anybody ends up needing to make one of these, just wanted to kind of explain the process that I did to make it. Maybe it'll help them, make it a little easier on them. They won't have to think so hard. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate everybody for stopping in. Hopefully you like what you see, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.